Hello, everybody! Today for Sunday Funday, we're going to see how I draw the Department of Intelligence, or also known as DOI! Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description, and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first, and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video, and I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, did you like that beginning? It was nice and silly enough for you? Okay, so obviously there is no such thing as the Department of Intelligence. I just thought of something funny to say and draw. And I was kind of going for a, let's say we're designing a video game and we're trying to make a cool looking character. And so that's the whole idea behind the Department of Intelligence. I don't know why, don't wonder what for. I just thought, let's do this and make it creative. You know, that's the whole process. That's the idea behind it. So even just now, I'm just like, okay, I need a good silhouette. Well, I mean, my sketch is a good silhouette. I do the sketch first just to try to figure out if it's going in the right direction that I want it to go. And to make sure I'm not wasting time here. Like, is this going to be where I want to go? So, what I'm trying to say is I tried to find like a good silhouette of something crazy and something creative. Just to give us something different, you know? And I always wanted to be a concept artist, and so I just never had time to do it. And it's unfortunate, but that's how life is. Sometimes you get to do stuff, sometimes you don't. But that desire has still always been in my brain. So I watch a lot of concept art stuff. I watch a lot of how-to videos and stuff like that because it's still fascinating to me. I love that stuff. All those behind the scenes books that, you know, people that make the movies and all this stuff. Oh my God, I love that stuff so much. But anyway, a lot of them I watch, they talk about silhouettes. It's got to be an interesting silhouette. And one thing I talk about too before is in the Star Wars world, what they like to do is when they come up with a character, the silhouette is the character. So in other words, you'll know who it is by the silhouette of the character. So that's kind of what we're playing with here. It's like, well, let's make a character. Again, if we're making video games, movies, whatnot, let's make a character we're going to say he's a minister of the, he's the head of the Department of Intelligence, right? So let's give him a big brain. So that's kind of the idea behind that. But I've got to do something else. I want to make like a giant, almost like, what was that Mojo Jojo. Almost like him, where I've got like a dome for his brain. It's that big, right? But then I want to add little things where it's attached, almost like, what's his name? Oh, it's from Superman. Brainiac. Yeah, where they've got little things around. And again, I'm talking like this is a real thing. It's like, oh, that's how he has it. I'm just saying that's how some artists have interpreted Brainiac. So I'm kind of doing the same thing, making brain folds for a brain. And then I'm going to endome it in a glass dome, I guess that's the best way to say it. It's not endome. That's not a word. I'm not endoming it. I am encasing it in a glass dome, and I'm adding some kind of connectors that keep his brain connected, right? And that's where I'm going to start adding the extra silhouette, what is he kind of things. And should we give him a mustache? Yeah, let's give him like a big burly mustache. a little old Colonel Sanders mustache, you know, because he's an older man. We'll just say that he's an older gentleman, and he has been with the Department of Intelligence. You like that? Do you like that one? Forever. And let's just say maybe he is the Department of Intelligence. You know, there is no rest of the team. It's just him. And we're going to say that he's wearing something that's powering the head piece that he has here. So we're going to give him like some kind of like battery powered generators here on his shoulders. So again, that'll give us the strange silhouette, but identifiable silhouette, and like a cape, a little modern cape, almost like wings. So I'm kind of going all out there with let's really make him identifiable. I'm just going to have his hands kind of holding himself like that. So we're going to draw one hand, and then the other ones you can't really see because it's overlapping. All right, so for his legs, let's see, what can we do? Let's just add some kind of strange pattern, like an overlapping, and I don't know why. I mean, we're just coming up with some kind of strange, high strangeness, a little bit different than normal, just to say it's like a different cloth material. Again, this is like an otherworldly. This is not this isn't Earth. You know, this is where the Doys control everything. Okay, I think that ought to work right there. Let's see, that's hanging down. It's gonna come to there. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good for a creative stretch of why not? Let's see where it goes. Let me erase some of these sketch lines and keep the confidence lines. So what I'm doing here is when I first started putting lines down, they were just placement lines. I was sketching, just trying to see if I placed this here and I put that line there, if it's starting to go where I wanted to go. As I got more confident, I started pressing harder, and those are the lines that are going to stick around longer. So as I'm lightly erasing, I'm erasing the sketchiness and I'm keeping the confidence. Oops, but I don't have my paper tape down, apparently. Give me 1 second. And that's what you want to do in life, you know? Get rid of your sketchiness and keep your confidence. If you're working with pencil, you just keep going. You don't have to erase. I'm just giving you some life lessons. So I think that's good. I can see where I was going to go and still have some of the sketch to, or made enough disappear, but I have enough sketch to see where we're going to go. So let's welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. It can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of the sketch lines, but left enough for myself to see where we're going to go. So I am going to just start with the Sharpie pen because I can control the line width much better than this one right here. And then we're going to dig in with that so you can see. So I'm going to give him some kind of strange eyes. Let's do some kind of like, I've got a lot of circles on this one. Some kind of like glasses, almost like, what do you call them? Like goggles, you know? Something like this. And this one's more pointed right at you, so it's hard to see the extension. And his eyes are going to be in there like that. Okay, and let's connect them, right? I mean, how's he wearing if they're not connected? And okay, so I've got like all kinds of crazy things on here, so I'm just going to dig into what I'm doing because I just started coming up with weird, let's draw this and see what happens. So Again, some more little circular attachments for his brain dome. And the idea I had here, I talked about in the sketch portion. So if you want to know why we're doing what we're doing, go back and watch that part. That way I'm not repeating it for the people that did watch it, and they don't have to hear the same stories over and over again. And here I'm turning it a little. So basically it's going around his big old dome, something like that. Now I'm also going to start to thicken up some of these outer edges, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I'm starting to catch up to what it's going to do. If you're working with pencil, you don't have to do that. I'm just explaining to you why I did what I'm doing. And again, just going for that strange silhouette of what is this, you know? And it doesn't even have to be an explanation of what it is. It's just that strange, high strangeness, that odd silhouette. I mean, sometimes there's not even an explanation, you know. It's just what they needed to use to make this contraption to contain his knowledge. And that's kind of the other thing too, is I feel like I was gonna say something definitive, but I don't know, I'm making this up. So what I'm trying to say is, like, I want it to feel like it's telling a story without telling a story. Does that make sense? Oh no, you know what? Hang on. I was about to go all over the place. I'm gonna jump up a little bit because I have stuff that's in front that I want to draw and not draw through stuff. So if I want to draw, like I want to draw a cable right now, and I want to make sure that I draw it first so I'm not accidentally drawing through it whenever I draw the other parts that are behind it, okay? So I'm going to start off right here. Do that. Just to make like a thin wire type cable thing. There. Now, all this is going to be above everything else, and that's why I wanted to do it first. There's no rhyme or reason, because again, we're just making this up. But because I'm drawing this first, I can do it above everything else and not accidentally draw through it. You know, the idea is it's behind, or this other stuff is behind this, and that's kind of why I wanted to make sure that that's drawn first. Okay, and so I'm imagining how this is, and I'm just kind of playing around with, okay, then it's going to look like this from the side. That's kind of the idea I was going with these. You know, there's a front view, and then as it turns, that's where I'm getting this other look. And also, again, I'm just making this up. So, you know, this is nothing set in stone. This is how it has to be, and this is also why we do this on Sunday Funday, where we can do whatever we want. All right, so here's the rest. Now, what I want to do is I want to draw his brain, and then I'm going to add some details on the inside. So I'm just going to come through and do that. I'm going to draw the edge of his brain over here like this. Now, all this is on a glass dome outside of his brain. So that's why I wanted to do this. Just kind of saying, okay, this is where the brain is, and you can't see the other edges because all this stuff is in front of it, okay? Now, here's the thing. Because I want it on glass, I'm gonna do like this with the smaller Sharpie to make it look like this is a thinner layer because it's glass. Okay? Now again, you can't really see the top of his head. Let's do this so you can see some of the brain, right? To see how it's like behind those wires, you can't really see it as much. So by doing that, I'm making a thicker solid piece by a thinner, lighter piece. So I'm kind of playing around with thick and thin lines to try to make like a play on textures. Now for the brain, you know, the lines, I'm just kind of making this up too. I'm saying, well, if that's how this is, then maybe these are going to overlap and come into themselves like that. So I'm just making this up, just thinking that if it's got wrinkles, you know, maybe this is where the wrinkles are laying. Because I'm not looking at a picture of a brain, obviously. I'm just kind of playing around with, well, if it's got a wrinkle like this, maybe it's got one like this, and maybe this will go over here, you know, that kind of thing. And also, yes, I'm doing this with the smaller Sharpie to kind of, again, be subtle about these lines. And as all this is bumpy, as it's starting to curve, they're bunching up, because let's say these, like my fingers right here are the lines, as it's starting to curve, see how they're starting to get closer or almost disappearing? That's kind of what I'm doing here with the brain. I'm kind of saying, okay, as we're turning, we're getting closer on each other, so these lines are kind of getting more on each other, you know? And that's where that's gonna be. So there you go. We got it. Now we got a brain inside of a glass dome. Then we'll play with the rest with color. Okay, so let's see. For his head, I'm just gonna give him some kind of something is containing. It's like holding it. So he's almost got it strapped down, you know. So I'm gonna come in like this. I'm gonna see his ears cutting through like that or something, you know. And this is coming down over this edge. Oh, you know what? Let's give him a nose. And a big old bushy beard. Or mustache. Okay. So, oh, you know what? I shouldn't be drawing all these lines. I should be doing it with color. But that's okay. We'll give him like goggles, right? There's his bushy eyebrows. Okay, and also what I talked about too is like maybe this is all controlled by a power pack on his chest. Let's give him some old man wrinkles here too. That'll work. I'll wrap that around here. An edge here, I can go ahead and close that off. And give him a little bit of an ear. So yeah, so I kind of made like a chest piece for him here, where you know those old futuristic shoulders he's got. Everybody's got it in the future, right? And so we're gonna say like this is like again another power pack. Ooh, I see a place that didn't connect. Look at this. This is another power pack. That's battery operated, that kind of thing. So we're gonna do a couple of, let's do like a little vent piece like this. And again, I'm just making this up. So a vent piece like that, another port piece here, one like this, and we're gonna close it off for his shoulders like this. Now, what I said is like, let's do like a battery pack on his shoulders here. Same thing here. This one's going to come down. We're going to close it off here because of the roundness, but it's going to be same thing attached. So, ooh, I like that. I didn't mean to, but I started doing almost like a hexagonal pattern, almost like a spark plug. So let's kind of do that. Let's make a spark plug looking thing. Okay, now that's the shape, but I'm gonna kind of define it with this smaller Sharpie. And again, because I said it's kind of like a spark plug, let's give it some straight edges like that. Something like this, right? Yeah. And again, it's just some kind of battery powered, who knows what's it, you know? It's just basically an interesting design. That's all we're worried about. Okay, and we'll do like some controllers in here, maybe some buttons. Make a long one like that. And then that can work for his brain powered. Ooh, let's do some cables going up here too. His brain powered dome. Couple cables connected, because if this is the power source, we gotta, you know, draw the cables up there powering it, right? He is the DOI. He is the Department of Intelligence. Oops. There we go. Okay. And again, gonna define a few edges here. Awesome. So like maybe, you know, spark plug stuff comes out of there. Who knows? Who knows? This is just our why not? Let's do something crazy, you know? Texture, that's all that was. So, okay, so I've got him just kind of holding his hands, just kind of like this. So this arm, oh, and he's got a cape. That's the other thing. This attaches to a cape. Same thing. That attaches to a cape. And I want to draw the arms, and then I can draw the edges. Okay, so got his arms coming through here. Wrinkles and folds. Got his sleeve hanging down like this. Let's stop right there because I don't know where his hand is yet. Okay, so now that I know where that is, I can say this is hanging down like this. I'm gonna come down like that. Now, there's gonna be more in there, so I'm not gonna draw that edge yet. I guess I can. I guess I can bring this like that because nothing should be in front of that. I'm just gonna come down here, connect to that point, or that flat edge. These Sharpies, they're called, you know, fine point, but it's not made for tiny stuff like this, so I can't really get a sharp edge. Okay. Wait, since we're here, let's go ahead and do this. My favorite, wrinkles and folds. Well, wrinkles and folds. Oh, you know what? Never mind. There's some music playing. I'm not going to sing over it. Okay. Okay, so for his hand, they're just going to be, he's pretty much like this. He's kind of holding his hand over. So all we're going to do is draw this top half, kind of something like this. So, thumbs over like that. These are the knuckles. Down in like this. That's the longest one. Pinky. Yeah, something like that. Now, again, because it's over, you can't really see the other side. All you can see is that. And then the rest of the hand is going back like this. This sleeve is hanging over, or hanging down, I guess. And let me add some detail. But I'll go ahead and just finish off the wrinkles and folds, just to give it the edge of his jacket there. All right, so, okay, so for his knuckles, we're gonna do kind of something like, just to give him that edge, Now we're gonna give him the big huge knuckle, like that, just kind of defining the stress lines of the hand. But I really shouldn't be, you know, I should be letting color take care of that. I'm just kind of trying to give you a wrinkled, old, intelligent hand. Okay? And again, this one's kind of covered over, so you can't really see anything, but we'll say you can see like a little bit of the tip of the middle finger in the side like that. So that's all we're drawing right there. It's just a little bit of that edge, and that's all we gotta do. Okay. Here, let's do some wrinkles here. All right. And for his shirt, we're not gonna really do anything there. It's so covered up that all we're gonna do is add some little wrinkles like that because it's a cloth. Okay. I guess we could have like a ooh, let's do like a power design, kind of like a bolt, something like that. Okay. All right, so for his pants, again, because he's got so much just hanging down, all I'm really doing for his pants is I'm gonna say if he's coming through here, his pants are just kind of like this. Like I started working with this like weird material looking sketch just to try to make something different, you know. That's what I was talking about. Oh, you know what? Never mind. You want to know what I was talking about? Go to the other portion. That way we're not boring everybody because we've already talked about it. Okay, so here, let me do his other knee too, so you see where we are. So I'm just going to come in. There, and then I'll do some more with color. I'm sorry, with the small Sharpie. All right, we'll do his cape in a second. Just hang on. So I kind of played around with like, well, if he's got like a pattern, you know, something like this, like the sewn style of whoever made his clothes, something like this. And you can do this stuff with color too. I'm just kind of showing you, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll do some weird hatch lines with color. I'm just kind of showing you that I made like this weird, like a wrap pattern where it's almost like it's, you know, overlaying itself like that. But it made a very unique style to his pants. You know, something a little different. And that's what I wanted in the first place. Something that's just not exactly the same as everything else. To give him, you know, a unique look. Okay. And so for his legs, I'm not doing much that's crazy. I'm just kind of giving him like socks. It's his calf down to his ankle. Same thing here. And so I did give him some odd shoes. So I'm going to give him like this little overlapped shoe, overlapped, what would you call that? The calf? No, not calf. Ankle edge, and then along. What I'm trying to get to is the long shoe. Like, you know what? Let's give him like a little pointy shoe. Something a little like this is the style where he lives. May not be here. It may be weird to us, but this is how he grew up. And hey, he's the Minister of Intelligence. I'm sorry, he's from the Department of Intelligence, so maybe he knows a little bit more than we do about fashion. Oops, this Sharpie's dying. Okay, I'm gonna draw the other edge hanging over like this. So, I've got these 2 points. So I'm gonna do them up like this, so it's not so much a cape as it is just this weird hanging, who knows what, you know, so maybe they're wings. Maybe it's a cape. I have no idea. Let me just add a few more details and just kind of, you know, kind of bring it into, this is the edge. These are these edges. And something like this. And close this off, and we're good. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is the Department of Intelligence for Sunday Fun Day. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.